Hi, assalamualaikum and a very good day. So today I will be presenting about my design project which is called MGBC in between the cityscapes, and this project is about an office and also a learning center. So starting off with the client of this project, which is Malaysia Green Building Council, also known as MGBC, and this organization is known to be giving talks, seminar, workshop on green building, as they wanted to spread the awareness of the benefits of sustainable buildings. Moving on to the site is located in Johor Bahru, which recently has become a decent sized city that started with a mass development. Currently, the issue is that there are actually a lot of unnecessary wasted energy that is mainly released through the buildings. Malaysia is actually blessed with natural resources that can be taken advantage of in reducing energy waste in buildings. Therefore, it is the role of MGBC to spread this awareness. So, technically, the approach is actually to make the community acknowledge the green building on their own by integrating the urban context of Johor Bahru with the office and learning experience that will eventually create a landmark of the city. So, my idea is to link the city with an office and learning center. So, how am I going to achieve this? Okay, so currently we are living separately between the office and learning center and also the city. So, my idea is to combine two different building typologies in a green building so that this building might attract the community and creates an office and learning center that empower public presence. Okay, so what do I mean by combining two different building typologies? Is that I combine two different building programs, which is the office and learning activities, with secondary users activities such as restaurant, commercial, and social activities. These secondary users activities will act as a catalyst into attracting the crowd from nearby areas while also having all the office and learning activities running around at the same time. This method will not only make the MGBC building an office and learning center, but also it will create a landmark of Johor Bahru. Okay, to achieve the concept that I have mentioned before, I actually did some precedent studies on three different buildings: art painting works in Bangsa, BCA Academy in Singapore, and also the last one is the Virtual Academy Education Center in Hanoi. So moving on to the massing form and space. So the first thing that I did was I determined the frontage, the node, the hidden area, and the pedestrian of the site. So the next thing is that I prioritize the pedestrian walk that is already existed in the site. Loading and unloading entrance is located at the back of the site, and the main parking and entrance located at the frontage of the site. So as for the ground floor, I reserve it for public interactions where I put rentable cafe to attract the crowd from Masjid India and also Bazaar Karat, and also a lot of landscape gardens which to encourage social public interactions between users. Also, the services core is placed at the hidden area of the site. Upper floors are reserved for office and classrooms, while the basic rectangular form of the building is later being improved into more dynamic and flexible looking. So this is the actual form of the building, which can be seen from the elevations and also from perspective, where I go by the concept of contrast yet compatible. The contrast of the building form is actually to attract the people punya attention, sebab when they see a different shape, they might think it is something different. And these are my floor plans, my building services diagram, my section, and also my technical details. So back to my concept that I tend to make the community acknowledge the building themselves. So I think it is important for the building to leave a mark into the community's punya experience, so that the communities akan ingat the feeling of being in the building sampai bila-bila. So since sustainability is the main objective of this design project, so I tend to go to the idea of identity through sustainability in my building design. So these are actually the green approaches that I have implemented into my building design. Okay, what do I actually mean by identity through sustainability is that I actually use the green approaches that I implemented in my building design as the identity of my building. Okay, so the first approach that can be seen on my building is actually the facade design, and this facade design is actually inspired by the MGBC's logo, and also the color is also inspired by the logo itself. So, and this facade acts as the lighting controls and also gives somehow the enough privacy for the interior spaces, which is the office space, as well as giving enough daylighting to the interior space. So the identity of my building can also be seen on my green roof, which I designed it as a rooftop garden. Also the planter boxes on my building facade, and also my open building design, which I want it to be more welcoming, as well as allowing natural ventilation to happen inside the building. So in terms of workable spaces of the building, which I think it is important to tackle random visitors and the actual daily uses of the building. So the design of the workable spaces is tend to give a direct meaning rather than the deeper ones, which is easier to be understood by most human beings. Okay, so what do I mean by giving direct meaning to users is that I tend to design my interior spaces into something more comfortable to be seen and feel by the users by applying soft colored materials and also colorful furnitures, and all these spaces actually aims to encourage interactions between users. Okay, so looking through my first main space, which is the open plan office, and I designed it as an open plan office to promote transparency in workplace and also encourages interaction and exchange of ideas between office mates. These are some views of my building. This is a landscape garden. This is another entrance. This is a classroom, and this is the rentable cafes. This rooftop garden is actually connected to my concept where I want the community to acknowledge the whole building themselves. So since I cannot have the office space on the second floor to be open to the public, so I designed another green roof with a rooftop garden across the office space of the same level to be open to the public, so they can feel the whole building from the ground floor to the first floor up to the second floor. So now let's enjoy the animation video of my building. Thank you and stay safe.